Hey, Amy Posner here in the third video in this series about content marketing. Why you should use it, how you should use it, who you should use it with. So today I'm going to talk about who. Who are you preparing this content for? You want to clearly identify a target audience. Now, it doesn't have to be super niche. I think people get hung up here. It's like, well, who am I talking to? You can start general, but you should be getting in front of people who are the people that you want to have as clients. I mean, that just makes logical sense. But since I know for a fact that the hardest thing for people to do is get started, I would encourage you to just do that, not use all these other things to procrastinate and think about it, because that doesn't get you any traction. So you want to identify your target audience. And remember too, you're not committing for life, right? This doesn't have to be your target audience for all time. It has to be who you want to get in front of now. And don't worry if you think that might evolve. That's okay. If you know you're going to be making some immediate change, obviously make the change first. But otherwise, just go and do it. If something changes in 6 months or a year, and inevitably it will, because that's the nature of growing a business, things do change. Maybe you'll refine your audience or refine your offers. Don't worry about that now. Think about, who do you want as a client? This is interesting. I'll just say this very briefly because I have a whole video on this, but I differentiate between ideal clients and dream clients. To me, people come to me and they talk about dream clients and, oh, I'd love to work with this and this company or this person. Usually it's somebody who you respect or admire and like doing business with. It doesn't mean they're a good client. They might not use what you sell. They might not respect the service that you sell, even though, you like the way they move in the world and the way they do things. And to me, an ideal client is someone who has a need for what you offer, who understands the value of what you offer. Maybe not like you particularly, but say in my case of selling copywriting, I want to talk to clients who already use copy, understand copy, know the value it brings to their business. I don't want to have to educate somebody about why they need something. That's not an ideal client for me at all. So what you do next is you start to stalk them. Now, online stalking, gentle, just finding them. I'm not talking about dangerous stalking, but where do they hang out online? What do they read? Are they reading certain magazines? Are they reading trade publications? Are they in certain groups? Are they in certain LinkedIn groups or Facebook groups? Who do they follow? Sometimes looking on LinkedIn to see what organizations people are part of gives you kind of an idea of, how they move, what they think. I like that for some gentle online stalking. But you start Googling around, you can find an awful lot of information on people. As often happens, one thing leads to another, and it can help you, develop a whole list of people you want to get in front of and give you all kinds of ideas. So who do they follow? What do they read? Where do they hang out? And where they hang out is where you want to be published. If that they're reading Fast Company, maybe you want to get an article published in Fast Company. If you know that they hang out in a certain business group or marketing group, just as an example, taking examples really from my own experience, start following those groups. See how people show up. What do they talk about? What's the tone of the conversation? What are their concerns? What problems are they trying to solve? Address those. They kind of create your content for you. You still have to create the content, but they tell you what should be contained therein, which is much harder in my view than creating content. Honestly, you can hire someone to create content if you don't feel like a great content creator. That shouldn't be an obstacle, but you do need to know, what do they want to know in your arsenal of, knowledge and expertise, what's going to be meaningful for them. And what you want to do too, as you're looking around, at what they read, look at what they're reading. So take a little dive into that and find the gaps. What isn't being covered and what are the most popular topics and how can you get some traction on that? Again, remember what I said in the earlier video. It's not about saying something new, splashy, and spectacular. It's about sharing your viewpoint on the thing. So say you're in some marketing group and someone, sees you show up and they're like, that person knows some interesting things. They're a copy. I could use a copywriter. Oh, I needed a photographer. That kind of a thing. So find the gaps, find the most popular topics. That's a great way to start off. And I'm just going to end this video by saying what I've said in the previous videos, and it bears repeating. Do not question your expertise or your knowledge. Again, remember, it doesn't have to be original. It doesn't have to be, some brand new thing. It needs to be your feeling or your thought or your belief or your process or your way of looking at that thing. And it doesn't matter who else has said it already. Remember, your target audience wants to see you saying it. And that is the most important thing. Okay, next time we'll talk about what. So if you'd like to be notified when these videos drop, click the bell and you shall be. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.